Okay. So if I'm making an argument using pathos, I'm trying to persuade you by using emotions.
Yeah.
Appealing to your emotions. Okay, who can tell Jessica what logos is? If you're making if you're trying to persuade.
A logic or reason.
A logic, what now?
Or a reason.
Right. So if we're using that, we're using. What happened to your paper, Jessica?
You took it away.
You took it while she was taking that tea.
Oh. Okay, while you're taking the pre-tests. Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
She already took the pre-test. You know what she knows. Okay. So logos is using reason. And what do we use a lot if we use logos? What do you see a lot when you're using that kind of persuasion? Well, you see it in a commercial, right? But you see numbers.
Advertising.
Right, which are what? Statistics. Awesome. And then ethos?
What about ethos?
You're not going to say it? Why not? Come on, try.
Or
Ethical, right?
yeah, ethical and
Credibility. So you're making a persuasion using a credible source, or if you're an authority in something, okay? All right. Let's watch this video real quick, because where do we see rhetoric?
A lot of commercials.
Commercials, good. Where else would we use it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Anybody else?
Retort.
What?
Do you ever try to persuade your mom or dad to like get you something?
Or like what she said in like somewhere, but they don't do
There's no
it.
persuading with my mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no persuading? You don't ever
Like,
try?
I can persuade my real mom. Like that, I can persuade her to do anything.
Yeah?
And my
So
dad,
could you
he's
use
hard as a rock.
So isn't it nice to know different ways? Cause so if you wanted to persuade your mom or dad to get you a new phone.
I don't even have that. I break the phone. She's coming along. Hey, I broke it. And she's like, all right. No one's coming down.
So you could try
Yeah, okay.
well, if you were going to do it for an emotional appeal to persuade her to get a phone. Won't you be worried if you can't reach me all the time? Wouldn't it be great if I had a phone? That way if I'm late or something, I could call and let you know.
Yeah, that's what I asked my mom, and then they said, that would just bring me back home to annoying. True. Very true. Although for a while, though.
Okay, let's watch this quick film.
Persuasive technique in advertising.
All right.
Persuasive rhetoric can appear in a variety of media, from a high school debate to a billboard on the street. Regardless of the type of persuasive argument, the goal remains the same: convince the audience of your point of view. Authors of any persuasive argument, in this case advertisers, often approach this goal in similar ways: by making emotional appeals, by building credibility and trust, and by using logic and reason. Greek philosopher Aristotle used three terms to describe these rhetorical strategies: pathos, ethos, and logos. Not every advertisement will use all three of these techniques, but most use a combination of at least two to persuade the consumer to invest in a product. The first persuasive technique we'll look at is pathos. Pathos refers to an emotional appeal. An advertisement using pathos will attempt to provoke an emotional response in the consumer. Often, it's a positive emotion, such as excitement. Snickers, Head and Shoulders, a product called iPhone, and even milk can add excitement to your life. And just look what kind of adrenaline rush you'll get from a Honda Civic.
All-new 197 horsepower Civic SI from Honda.
They call it SI, I call it S4 for this.
The promise of being attracted to the opposite sex is probably the most common use of pathos. Apparently, even dentine gum can be sexy.
Yeah, it
Boys
is.
and girls, Dentina's
Oh,
is
so
the beat of
sexy
the
now.
show, revealing a side never before seen. Latest
Yes.
sensation, new Dentina soft chew.
Oh, because that's real sexy.
Yes.
Does that make you want to buy that gum though?
Yes.
Does he?
And occasionally, pathos can work in the opposite way, by associating a product with the prevention of something negative in your life. Use State Farm Insurance in case this happens.
What's gonna happen? I told you not to drop that from 30 feet up.
The next rhetorical strategy we'll take a look at is ethos. Ethos in advertising refers to establishing the credibility or character of the product. Often this is done by brand association. Cheese nips, for example, contain real Kraft cheese.
New Nips, now with more real Kraft cheese.
Kraft is a well-known and trusted brand, and therefore you can also trust cheese nips. Expert testimonials also lend credibility. A positive review from a critic you trust can make you want to see a particular movie.
So have you guys ever looked at ads for movies and seen a little blurb from a critic saying, funniest film of the year?
Nope, when that stuff comes up, I just change it to something else.
You don't even pay attention to it, so that doesn't persuade you, huh? Nope, not at all. How about you guys? Anyone else?
It
Are you-
depends on the trailers for me.
Okay, but if it says during the trailer, funniest film of the year, is that gonna make you wanna, are you gonna believe them?
Only if it can make you laugh.
Okay, so it kind of depends on the rest of the trailer? Alright,
Yeah.
alright, here we go.
Doctors and dermatologists are always giving their anonymous approval to products. However, another type of ethos commonly seen in advertising is credibility. There's no reason why actress Hayden Panettiere is more qualified to endorse milk than the average person, but her appearance in the ad
So,
offers
Andrew, is that gonna make you wanna buy milk?
Yes.
Rapper Common doesn't design clothes for the Gap.
I thought you had a girlfriend, buddy.
So?
And take a look
I
at
told her
company
I'm
celebrities are endorsing this Vodafone and iTunes.
دیگه از من چی میخوایی؟ من دوست دارم
Oh, and the number one. Got 100 tunes in your phone, baby.
If you have this phone, you're that much closer to being famous. The final rhetorical strategy to examine is logos. Simply put, this is an appeal to logic or reason. The logos of an advertisement is straightforward. It tells you exactly what the product does, how it works, what it is used for. The voiceover on the Cheerios ad gives you practical information about Cheerios' health benefits.
Turns out the cereal that's a healthy choice for your children is the same cereal that's good for your heart.
However, logos is often more effective in print than it is on television, where there is much less time to read. This iHome ad gives you specific details on its functions, clear information that the consumer needs to know. In fact, internet sites may be the most effective at delivering the logos in an ad because the consumer can discover as much about the product as he or she wishes. This Avino website allows the consumer to learn more, where he or she is led to specific details about their line of products.
Come on, bro. The girl.
Pathos, ethos, and logos. Defined by Aristotle over 2,000 years ago, these three rhetorical techniques are now utilized in all forms of advertising.
Okay, so we've seen how it's used.
Why didn't you show the little kid one?
What now?
We'll go back to that one commercial.
No, we're not gonna look at the commercial for milk
Why is it
again.
so warm?
Please.
Because it was right next to the, it was right next to the projector.
I'm
You guys
gonna
wanna grab a marker? Go ahead and turn the light back on.
Okay, let me stop this.
Oh, yay, let's go. All you have to do is hit that. Oh, I got the power in my hand. You're good. Okay,
Huh?
did everybody get a marker? Bless you. Oh my goodness. Allergies? I know, they're bad, aren't they?
You know I don't.
Everyone got a marker? Jessica, did you get one?
Mom bothered me this morning.
What?
Mom bothered me this morning. I took serious
Are you taking anything for any of them?
Therefore, if you dump one,
Alrighty. So now we're going to look at a series of excuse me.
didn't one of them have a girl on there?
Just think about girls.
Yes,
Okay, let's look at a series of commercials, and you're going to write down which rhetorical device they're using, if it's ethos, pathos, or logos. Bless you again. My goodness. Okay, here's the first one. Whoops. It's playing again, ain't it? I'm in. Yep. All right, here we go. Okay, let's look at the commercial. See better.
Or got my
If this is how your child feels after losing you for a minute, just imagine if they lost you for life.
So what was that commercial for, you think?
smoking.
Smoking? All right, let me see your boards. You have time to write it? Pathos, pathos. Why do you say it's pathos?
Because.
I'm going to
It's
answer
not
your
an
fears and
experience.
emotions.
Not exactly.
It's about your emotions.
It's about your emotions.
Emoji.
High five.
So what kind of emotions are they appealing to?
Fear.
Kid crying.
Guilty. Depression. There you go.
Right, they're appealing to you if you're a parent, right? And the fact that you want to be around for your kids, so they want you to quit smoking for that reason. All right, guys, get ready for the next one.
Leslie Meredith, small businessman.
You know, 25 years ago, I started my business with a pickup truck, a lawnmower, and my own two hands.
Leslie Meredith, proud veteran.
Serving in the 82nd Airborne, I learned the values of integrity and hard work.
Leslie Meredith knows what it takes to create jobs, cut wasteful spending, and balance a budget.
For too long, we've been on the wrong track. But I'm fighting to fix Raleigh.
Leslie Meredith for State Senate.
How long was that again?
Okay, so what do you guys think of that one? What do you think of that one? You see your boards. Okay, why do you say it's ethos, Jessica?
Because it was, it was trying to appeal to credibility or something.
Credibility?
Yeah.
All right. Do you think he was pretty credible? Because, let's see, what did he say in that commercial? Started his own business? And what else?
He promised that he could fix most of the things that are happening in our state.
Right, since he's saying since he started out with nothing and he made himself something.
Yeah, that he could do the same thing in Kentucky.
No, he was in North Carolina, but that's okay. So would you guys vote for him based on that?
No, I would go on if he actually told the truth.
Yeah?
Stop it.
Those senators lie all the time on TV.
Stop.
All right, let's get ready for the next one.
Let me get ready.
Okay, get ready, Andrew. Everybody ready? Okay, so what did we just see on that one? Go ahead and write down which appeal you think that is, okay? I got a logos.
Yeah.
let's go back.
I don't think they can hurt you.
I got it.
I know they are. They need to stop, and I like that you.
Greg, you didn't look
Let's go back to that graphic right there. Whoops.
Everyone already has.
Okay. Okay, I've got logos. Logos.
I'll tell you
What do you think, Jessica? That's fine. You can look at that because you haven't seen these before. Greg, you're supposed to write yours down before she writes hers
No,
down.
I was looking down. You even asked her, I was looking down.
All right. No problem.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, why?
Because it has to deal with numbers.
It's dealing with numbers. Right?
And that coverage stinks.
You did not count this one.
Okay.
Believe me.
Okay, but let's see. You get all logos? All right, good. And do you think that's very credible when you look at the map?
Yeah, because Verizon Wireless
Yeah,
has
they're
more
saying they have
space
5
and
times
layers.
more coverage. And they've got the map to prove it, right? It's pretty credible.
Hey, try to find out how old this
They only have one satellite in Alaska.
It's on the screen.
I know. What are you going to do if you are in Alaska and you want
Yeah,
a
it's
cell
on the
phone?
screen.
That would suck.
All right. And yes, we knew that was an old ad. Why?
Because it says www.myspace.com.
MySpace.com.
It's on me. It's
Who still uses MySpace, or did you ever use MySpace?
I did. I met.
I actually installed it yesterday and it's still not.
It's kind of
installed.
weird story. I met one of my first boyfriends. on
Okay,
MySpace.
thank you, Jessica. Let's go on to the next one here. Let's see what you think this one is, okay? Get ready with your boards.
It's the one with a girl.
No, this not the one
It's
with
like
the girl.
having fuzzy slippers.
There you go.
on your
There's a
teeth, but
girl.
the real word for it is plaque. And that news came straight from the dentist. His advice, switch to Colgate Total. When I saw a little pink in the sink, I thought, I'm just brushing too hard, no big deal. Then the dentist said a little bleeding is a sign of gingivitis and to switch to Colgate Total.
Only Colgate Total has an antibacterial ingredient. It attaches to teeth to form a protective shield that's clinically proven to protect against a complete range of oral health problems for a full 12 hours. No other toothpaste can do that. Only Colgate Total reduces plaque by up to 98% and gingivitis by up to 88%.
Okay, so we've seen enough of that one. Go ahead and write your answer down.
Please take it off that part.
You don't like looking at her? She's getting ready to rub her tongue over her lips. All right, so let's see. Here we go. We have the friendly dentist. Okay. Pathos. Oh man, we've got all over the place. What do we have right there? Up to 88%. When do we see statistics?
When you see numbers.
There you go. He corrected his. Hold yours up so everybody can see what it is. There you go. Logos. Logos. So why do you think it's logos? Who can tell me?
Because you.
Yes, but why else?
I don't know.
It's facts. And who's this gentleman here?
That exists. Or the evil man in the way.
But he's
right,
giving
we
you
didn't see
all
that.
sorts of logic and reason, right?
You never know.
But it could be, it could also be ethos. Who put ethos?
No one at the class, but
So do you think it was emotional? You should use that toothpaste. All right. All right, good job, everybody. Now, we have a handout here. We're going to see how well we can apply this. We've been looking at advertisements, right? Now we're going to look at some writing.
okay, keep that up there for just a minute.
Apply it to that as well.
Do they like call it right away?
Hey, Andrew, do they call 57 early? Or do they call that later?
Later, I think.
So, okay, let's look at the first one here. We'll do the first one together, okay? My mom,
Okay.
okay? The first one. My mom left me as a child, and I had to pretty much raise my brother. It was tough, but we
Pathos.
I didn't hear you.
Do you know? Okay, what do you think?
You're a hobby.
Pathos? Why do you say
Hey,
pathos?
Miss.
Mhm. And what exactly in those statements showed you that?
Is taste an emotion?
Is what?
Is taste an emotion?
Taste and emotion?
Yeah.
What do you think?
What?
What do you think?
I think it is.
You do?
No, actually not.
What would taste be? Is sight an emotion?
No, it's body.
Yeah, but it's a sense, right? Right, so taste wouldn't be an emotion. You can taste something, and that's using your senses, but what are some emotions then? What do you think, Greg? What's some emotions? I know Hannah knows. What are some emotions?
Sad, depression, guilty, fear.
Awesome, there. Good job, Hannah. Thank you. All right, so what is I did the wrong one.
I did this one yesterday as well.
All righty. All right.
I did everything all over again, Andrew.
Okay, so why don't you guys work together and try to figure out the second one, okay? You and Donnie, Jessica and Greg, you guys confer and see what you think the second one is, okay?
Hey, is this right?
No, you guys discuss it yourself and try to, why do you say that? Why? Okay, I'll read it for you. I ate one of those candy bars and it didn't taste good to me.
Yeah, Andrew,
Yeah.
that bar didn't taste so good.
You better get off my desk.
I want a candy.
Oh, I'm out of granola bars today.
I want some cookies.
Y'all were just too hungry yesterday. You ate the rest of them.
I'm hungry again today.
So what do you guys have?
I didn't take it there. I had
Okay.
it there.
Good.
It doesn't matter what I did.
Okay.
Oh, wow, I'm trying to like this.
So Greg, what did you put down there?
I ate those candy bars and it didn't taste
I
good.
ate those candy bars and they didn't taste good to me.
Okay.
Okay, tell me why.
Because it was reasoning like it didn't taste good to me. I ate it.
Okay. I can see where you say that.
I put logos.
You put logos. Okay. Why did you put logos?
Because it needs to have a reason.
I put ethos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Giving your
Because
opinion
it's
to
using
everybody
miles.
else.
Because you, like, say I ate the candy bar.
Right. So is that a fact? You ate the candy bar? You thought it didn't taste good? So what would that make you if you ate the candy bar?
Pathos.
Mm-hmm. It would make you what?
I'm not saying it because I can't say it.
What does that make you? That makes you what on the candy bar? An authority on the candy bar because you actually ate it, you tasted it. Good job.
Hey,
All right,
Greg, I'll
does that
never
make
touch
sense now?
you again.
I'm
You
sorry.
guys can discuss it together. You don't have to just go by what he says.
I
You're
didn't
working
tell
in a
you
group.
about
It's a
you.
group project, okay? All right. The next one, let's look at that one. Her classroom was so hot, I was sweating. You can see the sweat stains. You can see the sweat stains.
Is that a good picture? Dr.
Who's that?
Me.
That's you?
Yeah,
As a
that looks
dentist.
like you.
I like it.
I could draw you right now.
Okay, so you guys discuss
Look
it.
pretty dang hot.
You guys discuss it, figure it out. Okay, the classroom was so hot, I was
got mine.
sweating.
I got mine.
You can see the sweat stains. You have yours? I know, these are tricky. These are really tricky. No, it's not. It's not for Andrew. Andrew's.
Yeah, Andrew's What?
What?
I was joking. Take it too seriously.
Please stop.
Good.
Andrew,
Why
Andrew.
would you? Why would you?
Because you don't know.
I know. I'll fix it.
You're right. You're right. I'm messing with you. Okay. He's right. I was telling him he was wrong. He was getting ready to change it.
Yeah, I need that too.
Okay, so we've got logos. All right. It stands to reason. If I say it's hot and I show you my sweat stains, then it's logical. You can make that.
Blue.
It makes sense. It makes sense that it was hot. You got it right. Awesome. Okay, third one. Nope, we just did the third one. All right, let's try to do these on our own, the next three, okay? We've got 5 minutes.
I don't get it.
She told you already.
Yeah, you got it right. Logos. Got it.
I'm bleeding.
Well, I'm asking more stuff.
I'm bleeding.
I didn't hear you.
Remember, he kind of got removed yesterday, so he's not here today.
I'm bleeding.
Okay, so try to do these on your own and see what you come up with, okay?
No.
You want a smiley face or a straight face?
Smiley face.
Forget it.
Who is that?
She was wanting blue eyes. I'm just gonna give this to her boyfriend.
You're not taking my whiteboard.
I'll take a picture.
You can't get your phone out.
At the end they saw.
You can't even get it out then.
What?
Please don't let him do that.
She's already said that the camera's gonna catch me anyway, so that's why. I
It's
can
so
make
good
your
to
nose
have
bigger
you
on
back,
here.
Jessica.
I can make your nose bigger on here.
I'm done. I can make your face bigger.
My face is already big with my big brother. Look at me.
I can read yours very easily.
Okay.
No. They didn't have a, because I didn't have pen to read. So I used my,
It works, doesn't it? As long as I can read it. I don't care.
ow, that kind of hurt. So I cut myself.
Hey, which one is the one that had the percentage thing? You said?
Let's see. So you think logos, logic, they both start with L-O-G, right? Logos, logic. Ethos.
I'm just the bathroom when I finish this.
No, because you've only got 3 minutes left in class. I think you can hold it. You can go in 3 minutes.
It feels
We
so
really
good
have 5 minutes
being
to hold
back
on.
in school.
Does it feel good?
No.
Good.
Yeah, she misses hugging
Oh, is it
people
4?
because
There we go.
while she was at home, I had no one to hug but her family.
And my daughter, what you mean?
And your dog.
Hey, someone hand me that red line.
Oh, talking like a picture.
What do you mean?
Okay, stand right there.
You done with the picture now?
What? Me too.
Yeah. Is 58 at the end
See a
of the
picture of
like,
me trying to take my